Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to InRange. This is stage 5 of 2018 Tiger Valley and day 2. How you feeling today, Fagan?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good? You did okay last night? Recovered?
More or less. One of our friends from back home decided to play a practical joke on us and send us a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, that's kind.
Which had the effect of giving me an allergy attack in the confines of the hotel room.
One of the things the audience should know is that Russell Fagan should not be exposed to anything organic ever.
No, I rarely leave the house, except to shoot matches.
You live in like a sealed container of some sort, right?
That's what I try to do, yes.
Yeah, fair enough. So flowers, animals, creatures, human beings, things that should be avoided for him.
Especially humans.
Yeah, but in that regard, we're going to shoot stage 5 right now, right?
Correct.
All right, so stage 5 is this pistol one where you disassemble your gun, put it in a box, and on the timer you got to put your gun back together without looking at it, then run down range into this barricaded area and shoot a bunch of steel strong hand only. Now, this is interesting because you take guns apart and put them back together like, I don't know, every hour of every day.
Well, I do it at work, building guns, and I think I'm more meticulous about cleaning my guns than you are.
It's an interesting drill, so let's see what happens.
Go.
Clear. Can't find that. We can't look, right?
Don't look.
Huh?
No, don't look.
I'm not looking. I'm feeling. What am I missing here?
I didn't get my timer going. I was about 30 seconds. I'm gonna call out 30 seconds.
Ah.
You got it. Okay, 30 seconds till we open the lid.
Got it. Take it out.
Take it out. Show clear. Holster. Go.
Got it.
Got it.
We good?
Yeah.
So clear?
Clear.
Holster.
Holster. Go.
What's up?
All right, stage 5. Here's what happened. We now know who cleans their guns. Guess what? The answer is not this guy. But you do it all the time.
Correct.
So you got that gun together really quick.
Right. I had practiced a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, we knew this was coming up, so I practiced 4 or 5 times.
What's that word?
Practice.
Practice. All right, practice. But don't you practice anyway because you clean your gun a lot?
Yeah, I would say that helps.
I legit pretty much don't. With all the InRange stuff, I'm like, cool stage, cool match, clunk, and that's the end of it.
You just spray it down with WD-40 when it starts not working, right?
The audience is a big fan of WD-40, and you know what? That gets the gun running again. That said, I struggled a little bit. What happened was, I got the spring, and that was not a problem. When I went to index on the rails, I kept like, because that's a weapon-mounted light on there, I kept indexing in the wrong spot, and it took me multiple tries to get the rails on. And one time I got the slider on half rail, and then, but I got it, and I got it within the par time, so better than some people we've seen. But then when we got to the shitty part, we just slammed that. Like,
Yeah, we were on it. The only targets we had any difficulty on were the furthest, like 25-yard smaller poppers.
and one of the things you mentioned to me, and this is a good point, we talked about in one of the earlier stages from this match, that if you have a little bit underpowered ammo, when you have a compensated Glock 19 or Roland Special type design without messing with the springs, it might not always cycle properly, which happened with the Silver Bear, and then I switched to the 124 grain Winchester NATO, which solved the problem. But you mentioned when you're one-handing a Roland Special, you got to pretty much death grip it,
You got to solidly lock your wrist.
because it's really easy to limp wrist, and that gun's running right at the bare minimum of power required to cycle, and I did have one malfunctioning cycle where I had to run the slide, just because I wasn't holding on tight enough. So, if you're going to run a Roland Special type design and you're not going to modify the springs, keep that in mind. Make sure your ammunition's powerful enough, and make sure that if you're shooting one-handed, especially if you're shooting support side, that you've got that death grip on the gun. So we cleared that real quick, got back to the line, and I believe our run was one of the, I don't know, if it's certainly not the best, we know that, but was one of the better runs.
Right? They said that we just slammed it on the shooting portion. We saw a lot of people really struggle, even with strong hand only. I practice strong hand and support hand only shooting quite regularly. The one thing that's a little bit different here is we're colder than we are at home normally, so I got a little loss of sensation in my fingertips with it being about 50 degrees. So I think that's why I was pulling a little low right on the further, smaller targets, but everything else I was just right on it.
So it was like shooting the gun stranger style.
You could say that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so that was
Practice at home with a tourniquet on your arm.
Oh yeah, cut off all blood supply. Don't do that for extended periods of time. I'd advise like only an hour at a time, right?
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't do that at all. So that was a good start to our day, even though you were exposed to organic material in your hotel room last night. And we've got now stage 6 to go next. Stay tuned.